race 2 of the weekend, and Jake Dennis has been racing very impressively, and that's Verstappen, who is off the road again. Max Verstappen is in the tyres, and on lap 3 of 29, Verstappen's miserable race comes to an end. We've lost quite a few already, and there he is. He just was on the wrong line. Maybe that was something to do with the nose damage that he suffered early on, or the lack of downforce. But either way, Verstappen, who in qualifying and race 1 looked all heroic, ends the weekend with 2 retirements. Verstappen's remains, or the car's remains at least, craned out of harm's way at the chicane.
He's really got the bit between his teeth, and he's perfectly placed now for a run at him, Kelvin, but which way can he find a gap?
Chilton covering the inside. Chilton messed up the last corner. He was very slow around the roundabout, and Perez has done him around the outside, but Chilton right on his gibbet eye.
He's off!
Shoveled him out the way.
Oh, Sergio Perez is off. Now he's got to find a forward gear, and he's beached on the curbs. Oh! And that's to Sarah.
And they're, Aiken going very wide and getting very close indeed, into smacking into de Vries in front of him, and a smash into the wall, and another one. That's Leclerc, our winner yesterday, and we'll have another safety car. There was an Arden off the road as well, and Leclerc, who was not happy in these conditions, sees his race come to a close. So Jake Dennis and Tatiana Calderon, so that's Calderon in the wall there, and Dennis spun around.
Confirmation coming up. Oh, there's cars everywhere. Magnussen in the middle of the track. It's a safety car. It's got to be a safety car. There's no way of clearing that up. Carlos Sainz Jr. climbing out of his car, and that's Hugh Lloyd behind him. This accident had already happened when we come to the replay. There's no way of telling what happened there, or indeed how it happened.
Of the field, Jamie Green in 3rd place, Alan van der Merwe 4th across line. Oh, and that is a huge accident at the entrance to Clearways. Very nearly takes our cameraman. Oh, and it's the 2 teammates, Torgraves and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that's no afternoon nap. Lewis Hamilton is out for the count in that car, and the marshal there suddenly realises, and really now just checking out the situation. But let's see what happened here. This is actually the exit of Clearways. Our camera actually pointing across the track there, and there's the incident. Wow, that's about as close to our cameraman as we want to see an F3 car. The good news is Lewis Hamilton, who was out for the count there with that side-on impact, is now conscious and starting to take notice. He's out of the car. Got 2 wrecked Manor Motorsport cars heading back to the pits.
Okay, but yes, on that, there we go. And that is why, once again, George Russell finds the barriers around the Monaco circuit, and that brings a torrid weekend to a close for the driver that started this race in 4th position in the championship.
Sorry guys, made a mistake. Not the rear, and ended up hitting the car.
Yeah, just looks as if it's sort of clipped. Yeah, it's the curb there, you see the car, it just bounces. When it bounces, actually the front end where he's got a little bit of turn to the right.
And he's 8/10 faster than the rest of the field, and he's going to clobber the barrier. Oh my word, Pierre Gasly. He brushed it on the exit of turn 19, the final corner of the racetrack, and he's absolutely clobbered the wall at Saint-Devote, as we saw Felipe Massa do. So Gasly really pushing, which is great for us to watch, but he's overcooked it, and he's lost half an hour of data. You see the oversteer into the corner. Never really had it under control.
There's contact there. Melville McKee spins off, takes 2 other cars with him. But from the lead, Daniel Kvyat takes a 10-second penalty while the safety car comes out to clean up the debris off the track.
Beckman now has got to calm himself down. It's not easy defending, granted. There's a big accident. That's Norris airborne coming down to the Mercedes arena. He rolls and rolls again. Lando Norris had hit the back of David Beckman. The red flag is shown straight away. The race is stopped with 1.5 minutes on the clock. Be better getting himself fit for next week, which is of a greater concern. Brands Hatch and the MSA Formula. Let's have another look. Launched himself over the back of David Beckman's car. So that's one big impact as he lands, but then it gets worse because as he spins, he heads for the gravel, and as the wheels fold underneath the car, so it digs in and over it goes once, and it goes over a second time, and then of course he ends up upside down, which is always pretty scary for a driver.
As Raul Guzman now defends from Oscar Piastri, having dispatched of Frank Byrne. What's another position? He's on the inside line though. He covers it too. Oh, there's contact as Piastri rides over the back of Raul Guzman's car. He's taken his rear wing off. So the Mexican's going to struggle now. Piastri off the road for the second time, and it is very unusual this season to see Oscar Piastri involved in incidents. He's been superb throughout the course of the year. He gets that 10th place after this incident. Look at that. That was a very, very horrific-looking incident, that. And when you get the front of a car coming together with the back and the wheels make contact with each other, they just flick up like that, and you're a passenger from that point on. That must have been a hair-raising. He tried to cut back at the inside there. I understand why, because he was trying to get the better run up the hill, but Raul had defended, and the two cars came together.
Gibt gleich mal so einen leichten Mauerkontakt von Esmayer, weil Joey Maaßen ihm da so ein bisschen den Weg abschneidet und damit auch gleich mal 2, 3 Positionen verliert. Und dahinter sortiert man sich ein. Oh, da gibt es einen Treffer. Drudi geht raus, dreht sich und trifft einen Piloten. Das könnte der Chinese Guanyu gewesen sein, der sich da ins Gras reindreht. Rechts im Bild, das ist Drudi, kommt wieder zurück, geht da auf, ja, das müsste Valtteri gewesen sein, los. Und dann in Überschlag vorn. Schwierig zu erkennen an der Stelle, wer das gewesen ist.
On board with Valtteri Bottas, and now Valtteri really struggled away at the start. He didn't get as bad a start as Max Chilton, but not great. Oh, and he spun it here. He was trying to avoid contact there. That's Valtteri Bottas and Sam Bird. And here's how it all started. We're in fourth with Daniel Ricciardo. In front of us, Valtteri Bottas misses the apex, gets on the curbs, still tries to make turn 9, spins, and then gets collected right behind us by Sam Bird, and it's those two cars in the road that Valtteri Bottas spun, trying to avoid. The man who led in Barcelona leads now, and Thomas Enger looking down the outside, then the inside of Junqueira, and it is slippery. Look at that, 3, 4 cars go off without oh, now there's contact. Oh, dear. Fernando Alonso, one of them that goes off there. That'll be Riccardo Mauricio underneath him. It looks as though the second Nordic car, or was it even Justin Wilson, may have gone off there. But 2 or 3 of the cars that ran out of traction into the first corner, coming back across the track. And as a result, the huge Nürburgring first corner car park once more open for occupation, running out of road. Salins goes off into the gravel here. So too does Minani Nasion. So too both the Nordic cars, Derek Mower. Oh no, and there's the Fortec machine. Oh really, it's just far too many cars going in far too many directions.
Giovinazzi though, you can see, was already trying to fight back at him. There is the number 11 car of Fabian Schiller, which has made very good progress from 15th on the grid, and a huge crash there. Barrel rolling over, that's absolutely massive, and it's Lance Stroll. Now, we saw the start of that incident. Stroll got the move on Giovinazzi into the chicane. Looked like Giovinazzi was coming back at him on the way out of the corner, but that is a massive crash. Look in the background there, wheel to wheel. He's got his nose in front of Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi's almost got a wheel on the grass and then just loses grip, spears into the side of Stroll, and Stroll is just a passenger. And happily, the car landed the right way up.
Jarvis, Asma, Oshima, Jakes, Bardo, Berman, Senna, Hulkenberg おっと7番手8番手争いやってた赤い車が見えましたけれども1台、そしてもう1台ちょっとこれ絡んでますよね、セナですか、この赤い車手前に見えるのがこれヒルケンバーグの車ですね。
もう1台いましたからね、はい、ちょっと紫色っぽかったので
左側を全部こうぶつけている車ですね。あー、紫色っぽく見えるんでセナ、
位置的にセナかもしれないですね、
はい、あ、後ろの車うまく避けましたね、ジェリーストレート塚越といったところなんでしょうけど、塚越でも来てますね。
今ちょうどね、セナのマシンが目の前に来てたんで、
I believe Yuki Tsunoda's back into the lead, but we've got both coming into the next corner, and it looks like Tsunoda going side by side.
Oh, they make contact! Oh, and crashing out Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda. They interlock wheels coming out of Les Combes, and the Red Bull cars are minced against the tyre wall. And, well, Lawson was determined not to give the lead away, but there are still 10 laps to go in the race. Well, here is another look at it then. So Lawson challenging to the outside. It's very hard to apportion blame from that angle because you could make a case that Yuki Tsunoda just didn't give any room to Liam Lawson.
2%, 1% for Nato and Mortara. Mortara, oh, he's big out of shape. And he's managed to save it. Save of the season for Edo Mortara, not save of the season here. Nyck de Vries, Bird and Rowland wiped out.
Championship leader Sam Bird.
And third place man in the championship, Nyck de Vries, wiped out on the final lap. This is the view from Bird.
Watch on the left.
Oof. Oh.
Yeah, and he's already been hit.
That is a Bird sandwich.
He's been hit by the Mercedes EQ at that point. And Nyck de Vries saying a bit of something wrong with my brake pedal when I tried to brake up at turn 7.
And there is a big moment for Logan Sargeant and the reason that we are under safety car conditions.
So it's really strange the way the car went deep into turn 1, because I didn't see a lock-up from Sargeant. It just didn't seem to turn. Let's see what's going to happen to him, whether this is going to be contact down towards turn 7. He's around the outside of Ralph Boschung, but then is going to, he's going to make contact and suspension breakage for Logan Sargeant. So just a lock up into 1 and then a messy moment with Boschung down towards 7 and 2 incidents then for Logan Sargeant in the early laps.
But it's worked out really nice for him, and we saw Aiken on the attack yesterday. We know he's got great straight line speed, and he's proving it once again, going to the outside. Oh, huge accident. That is a massive accident, surely there on the back straight. I think that's Alexander Albon. The safety car immediately deployed, charged through the field, but what happened to Alexander Albon? Oh, my word, he's just lost it, and that is such an unusual place to go off. And there is the contact. That is so easy to do. It's remarkable we don't see it so often, but thank goodness he went in to the Tech Pro barrier and not a couple of meters further along into the Armco.